I'm Calvin Chapman with the HGP Sportscast. We begin tonight with cricket. Former presidents and officials of the West Indies Cricket Board have urged CARICOM to conduct a forensic audit of the board in order to save West Indies cricket from absolute and total downfall. Details to follow. 6 former officials, Ken Gordon, Pat Rousseau, Anthony Dayal, Charles Wilkin, Bruce Anson and Imran Khan have claimed that the current WICB administration under Dave Cameron has seemingly become untouchable and not doing anything would lead to the inevitable demise of cricket in the Caribbean. We must reinforce the message that West Indies cricket belongs to the people of the West Indies, not the WICB. Gordon, WICB president from 2006 to 2008, said, "It may be timely to call for a forensic audit of the organization. We need to lift the clouded veil which now surrounds that body. Answers are required, and this can be a first step to return to the transparency required of a body which is a major beneficiary of regional resources and private sponsorship." Asked for a reaction, the WICB told ESPN that it has hired global consultants, PricewaterhouseCoopers and KPMG, to conduct the audit operations. Gordon first made the call for an audit in July and has renewed his plea in light of the WICB's refusal to accept the latest CARICOM reform proposal and the controversial removal of Darren Sammy as captain of the West Indies T20 international team. Wilkin, a former chairman of the board's governance committee, suggested that unless the board heeds the call for a change, CARICOM governments should refuse permission for use of the stadiums and refuse them access to regional cricket grounds. Wilkin said he was skeptical about CARICOM's unity considering the emergence of factions within the regional body. In June, Antigua Prime Minister Gaston Browne had stated that he would categorically reject the CARICOM's call for dissolving the WICB. The Jaguars' 3-day franchise cricket league has reached the 3rd round. Next up on the Sportscast is a roundup of day 1 action from the 4 games being played. At Cumberland, Berbice, West Berbice was routed for 30 as Rishi Luknaut bagged 4 for 10. Romario Shepherd had 3 for 11 and Raymond Rifa took 2 for 5 for West Demerara. At the close of the first day's play, West Demerara stood on 276 for 5 in their first innings, with Rifa leading the way as he smashed the 4th century of the tournament and attacking 119 off just 121 balls. Skipper Akshaya Prasad scored 74 and Safraz Issa struck 53 off 41 balls. Leon Andrews has so far taken 2 for 55, bowling for West Berbice. At Port Morant, Lauren Quarantine was dismissed for 162 after they won the toss and chose to bat first. Sujnarain Kandansamy struck 62, while Jonathan Fu and Gajanan Singh contributed 22 and 20 runs respectively. Bowling for Upper Quarantine, Ian Hooper bagged 5 for 18. At the close, Upper Quarantine stood 133 for 5, 29 runs behind. Rajiv Ivan scored 62. At Everest, play was called off at 12:32 due to rain. Essequibo won the toss and elected to bat and was 8 for 1, with Shivnarayan Chandrapal on 1 not out and Avinash Prasad 1 not out. Kevin Budi was the batsman to be dismissed LBW to Ryan Shun for 5 runs. At Border, play between Georgetown and East Coast Demerara was called off without a ball being bowled. Sticking with cricket, the Georgetown Cricket Association New Building Society sponsored 2nd Division 4 over the competition continues this weekend with 2 matches at the Police Sports Club ground Eve Leary and at the Gandhi Youth Organization ground. Sean Embrock will now tell us what else is happening this weekend in the HGP Weekend Sports Roundup.
This is your Weekend Sports Roundup sponsored by HGPTV. First up, 3 days of fistic action will punch off the Lennox Blackmore Intermediate Boxing Competition Friday, September 9th at the National Gymnasium, Mandela Avenue. The 3-day event will pit defending champions GDF Boxing Gym against 7 other clubs that will participate to dethrone the soldiers. Pocket Rocket, Forgotten Youth Foundation, Essequibo Boxing Gym, Police Boxing Gym, Rosal Jammers, Coral Boxing Gym, and Young Achievers Gym will all feed fighters for the fistic encounter this weekend, Friday, September 9th to Sunday, September 11th.
We know that East Coast have a have a lot of talented players, the Villages, and we're looking forward for the best of the best. We need to take football on the East Coast to our next level.
We turn our attention to the 22 players on field, the game of football. Cherry Freedom Cup Inter-Village Football Tournament continues on Sunday and Monday. On Sunday, September 11th, a doubleheader will feature Buxton All-Stars playing Melanie in the first match. The second game will feature Annandale All-Stars taking on Buxton Veterans to complete the group stage. Then on Monday, September 12th, the semi-final action eats up. The first of two semi-finals. First up, Victoria Kings will engage Mahaika in Game 1, and Game 2 will bring together Ansgrove and Buxton United. The challenge is on to secure a stake in the $500,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs. Kickoff time is 6 p.m. at the Buxton Community Centre ground. We turn our attention to the East Coast at the Lusignan Golf Club. Golfers will converge at the East Coast Golf Course this Saturday, September 10 for the second edition of the Household Plus and Region Household Electronics sponsored tournament. Prizes will be awarded first to fourth places, best net and best gross scores, and nearest to pin. Golfers will tee off at 1 p.m. Football round up again. This time it's the final of the Mayor's Cup Knockout Tournament. Western Tigers will attempt to claw their way to a victory against the Lawmen, Guyana Police Force, in Sunday's final. Victory for either team will secure a $700,000 first prize and the runners-up $300,000 along with the Answer McCall Trophy. The East Coast team, Ansgrove, takes on federal winners Connection of Linden for third and fourth finishers, along with $200,000 and the John Finance Trophy in the third place playoff finish, and $100,000 and the Minister of State Trophy for fourth place. Meanwhile, fans will receive a bonus when Grove, Kingston and Northeast La Penitents battle among themselves for a grand winner take-all prize of $30,000 put up by Sparta Boss. This tussle gets underway at 17 hours or 5 p.m. sharp. All the action takes place at the Tugville ground. And that's your weekend sports roundup, sponsored by HGPTV. I'm Sean Embrock.
And that concludes the HGP Sportscast. On behalf of myself and Sean Embrock, I want to thank you for staying tuned.